Wow. Wow. Got a major shadow ban in full effect, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna still do the video. We're gonna do the lesson and bring it out. Let's try to see if we get anybody to join. Yeah, we're gonna take off momentarily. All right. Anytime you put Esau in the title, you know you're gonna always have sensitive Edomites that work at wherever. They're gonna shadow ban the video because they know that they're the Edomites. But the cat is out of the bag. Okay. So Lord willing, the sound is coming through great. But the cat is out of the bag. Okay. So Lord willing, the sound is coming through great. Yeah, it sounds good. So, with no further ado, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS, Shalom to the hopefully elect. All right, and this video is going to be entitled Black Culture is Really White Culture, Esau. Black culture is really white culture, Esau. And what I mean by that is white culture, black culture takes its model after so-called white culture. These murderous YNs and the way that they behave, they've been allowed to be this way because of the society of the Edomites of Babylon the Great. They've allowed this whole world to be ruined and fallen in iniquity because of their rulership. So in essence, black culture is really white culture. They take the cue from you. Nobody is a bigger nigger than the so-called white man who was Esau. Nobody. Now I'm still fuming about this video and this article that was put up. And as you can see, these little devils, their feelings are hurt. That's why you see only 33 people in here right now. But I did a video this afternoon that was entitled MAGA Pastor Calls for Executing Rebellious Black Men. And it was based on 2 articles with this MAGA pastor, right? And you're going to hear it because I found it, I got the actual a 5-minute, maybe 6-minute clip out of the podcast that they did. So these devils are ready to, as the article said, MAGA pastor calls for executing rebellious black men, citing Old Testament. So as you know, these Christians ain't never wanted to go into the Old Testament. They always talked about the law was done away with and this and that. But now when it comes time, they want to get rid of you, Jacob. And we told you that. Now, the dude wasn't exactly wrong about what he said, but he's overlooking the obvious fact that these YNs and the moral decay of this society is in direct is a direct contribution coming from his own people. You got to be a gigantic damn hypocrite not to be able to see the reason why shit is the way that it is. I'm gonna give out the link to that video in the video on the description. On the comment board. And in the description of the video, I put 2 links to these articles. Any brother want to go there and read the articles, you can do so. If you want to do your own independent video, you can also do that. So when you go into the video, if you go to the drop down right here underneath the video, right here in the description, if you open that up, 2 links to 2 articles. Right. And also on the comment board, you have the same links right here on the comment board. So if any brother, again, if you want to do your own independent video, or if you just want to see the video, or if you just want to read the articles, you can do so. But I'm going to play a sound bite from the actual footage. But first, let's read the scripture. And this video here is getting on you damn Edomites. Okay. And you know what? Before we won't even read the scripture, we're going to go right to the video. Let's do that. Let's go right to the video. We'll play it. And we may wind up playing it several times, but let's first go and play it. I would like for it to play all the way through the first time, and then we may go back and play it and stop it. Now that the devil has said it. Excuse me. He goes by the name of Brian Suave. This is the guy right here, either Suave. I don't know how you say his name, but he was on there with another devil. And there's this channel called Right Wing Watch, right? RWW News. Brian Suave calls for rebellious young black men to be killed by the state. So let's listen to this, to this devil talk. Because the dude is, he could be a Jake, but he's still in the spirit of an Edomite. I think he's an Edomite, but doesn't matter what I think. Let's listen in.
Let's say that somebody was coming into our church and they're black, and would they be eligible for membership in our church? Yes, they of course they would. They'd be eligible for membership in our church. But would they be permitted to participate in, embody, and practice what I would call black culture generally in our church? The answer is absolutely not. Why? Because the characteristics that mark black culture as a generalization, in the same way Paul's talking about Cretans on Crete, they are evil, murderous, violent, bestial people. They steal, they kill, they destroy. They look like Satan in how they act. They are sinful to the core. They have besetting sins that are like fatherlessness, sexual immorality. They molest children at a high rate. All of any criminal statistic that you could look at, almost pretty much without exception, they excel at them. Black culture. So when we make this generalization, one of the purposes of it, one of the points of utility for it, is for black people who do not embody that culture to repudiate it, hate it, and also for policymakers to make the kind of political movements and in terms of law and order that would usher in the change over time of that culture. One of them would be something like, I tweeted about this, the law of Moses in Deuteronomy 21 concerning a rebellious child. If 5 to 6% of black, I think it's something like 5% of black males are murderers.
Yeah, 5% of young Africans are committing the bulk of the murders.
So if you had 100 black men in a room, even just, I think specifically, if you had 100 black men in a room, 5 of them would have committed murder, which is a lot, quite a few.
Well, as Matt Walsh pointed out, the actual number of blacks who are committing murder is more than whites. Right. And whites are significantly greater.
60% compared to 13%
percentage of the population. Yeah.
So if you take that, and then you took a law like Deuteronomy 21, which is a just law that God enacted through Moses. The law was that if you had a rebellious son, you have a child they're coming up into their manhood and they're rebellious. They don't listen. He lists some characteristics, and they won't. Even though they're disciplined, they will not turn. He says the fathers to bring them out into the town square. This is a rebellious son, and then they stone him to death. They kill him.
And an armed robber would certainly be one of those.
Oh, absolutely. Armed robber, all the ghetto
violent crime.
Basically, take ghetto culture. It would describe this to a T. If you did that over 3 generations, how much violent crime would you have in the 3rd and 4th generation? Much, much less. What we've done instead is we've actually, with unjust weights and measures, we have wildly penalized whites for even virtuous acts in lawfare. And we have done everything because liberals have appointed blacks to positions of power, and they're practicing ethnic and racial in-group preference. Like the several black women who were involved in releasing DeCarlos, the murderer in the Charlotte.
I think 14
times.
Yeah, something like that.
His younger brother was a murderer in prison. His father was a violent criminal. Okay, so there's 2 sons and a father. If they'd cut that line off back the generation or 2 before, there's no DeCarlos to slit the throat. But what we have instead are, and in this case, the double whammy of black female judges, politicians who have appointed these sorts of people.
The mayor of Charlotte, for example.
The mayor of Charlotte. Like if you look at who appointed the judge and the judge that released him, it's 2 black women. Okay. And what did they do? They said, oh, it's mental health, it's homelessness, it's this, it's that. It's not a criminal tendency of black males that needs to be cut off through the wielding of the sword by the civil magistrate.
All right. So you heard it right there. So what he's doing is what Esau's doing and what we told you he would do. They're trying to act like all the problems in Babylon the Great in the world today, particularly, all the evils are committed by so-called black men. Notice the title of the video, right? The title of the video was Brian Suave calls for rebellious young black men to be killed by the state. Now, he cited Deuteronomy 21. But if we were to do that, guess what? We would also have to bring up your track record, Esau, Edom, as a people. You saying that if there was 100 black men in a room, right, that 5 of them would be murderers. But if we put 100 white men in the room, how many of them would be murderers? Goddamn, all of them. Over your history, that's all we can see. And the scriptures back that up. We don't have to come up with made up fucking statistics. We know, according to the Bible, that the so-called white man is Esau, and you're guilty of tremendous crimes against not only against the Israelites, but against all humanity. Let's start going to the scriptures and read some of this devil, because and let's don't forget, all this is coming from men that live in a society where you've made a safe place. Just fucking block her, man. Just block her, brother. We ain't got time for your goofy ass. You goddamn goofy ass black women. Shut the fuck up. You can just go somewhere else where you free to bump your damn gums. We ain't got time for you. We don't fucking know you and we don't owe you. Bye. Get the fuck on, man. You seem bitter. Fuck that. That black woman running your damn mouth. Fuck out of here. Anybody talk shit, get rid of her, brothers. Just get rid of them. Don't even time them out. Just get rid of them. They say anything out of the way, just block them. Because we know who watch us and who normally on our comment boards. All you Johnny come laters, shut up. You don't got nothing to say. You don't want to teach with us, then you don't want to teach with us. All right. If you haven't been teaching with us, don't come now trying to teach. Anyway, the obvious shit with these Edomites is that you made a safe place for the alphabet community. They supposed to be all put to death. Why haven't you put them to death? Here you are talking about so-called black men. Why had you put the alphabet people to death? You make it a hate crime if you say something against them. What about all the bloody crimes of your brothers, Amalek, over in the Holy Land? You ain't doing nothing against that. Why? When you gonna put adulterers to death? You allowed adultery on a mass rate. You allow all kinds of shit going on in Babylon the Great, but you got the nerve. Now, we ain't saying that the YNs or that murderers should go free. Hell no. We've been said that all murderers should be put to death, right? But you have a society where you harbor criminals. You have something where you say they're innocent and to prove guilty. This society now, you could know a person is guilty of murder, but you would tell them they got to go to court when they can admit that they did it, and you still make them go to court, and it's got to be proven in a court of law by a goddamn attorney that they committed the murder when they told you they did it. This is a wicked ass place, man. Let's start here. This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. This is what it says. It says, there went out another horse that was red. Now this horse, this is the power that was given. This is the power structure. The red symbolizing the so-called white man Esau and the Roman Empire. It says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. This is you, Brian Suave, and your people. Right? Power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So going all the way back to Esau, by thy sword shalt thou live. That's you. But you want to point at some YNs? And notice how he said nothing about the black woman. I mean, he said something in the video. He mentioned them judges or whatever. But you don't want to hold women accountable. What about all them goddamn abortions that you allow in your society? Do you really think that, like I said in the video, we went to school with so-called white girls. I bet you every brother here know a white girl that got pregnant when she was real young. But notice that damn baby disappeared, though, didn't it? She popped up. You might have heard through the grapevine. By the time you found out, that baby was already aborted anyway. Yeah, you heard about Kayla. Kayla was pregnant about 2 years ago. Her mama made her get it. Their mama used to make them get abortions. Right? You set up a society where you got abortion clinics. You got clinics that do this shit. That shit should be allowed. Give me the scripture, brothers. He that killeth a man, I forget. Is it Genesis? In Genesis chapter 9, or is it Genesis chapter 6? Right? He that killeth a man, or he that sheddeth man's blood. That one. Let's get that. Because that's all of you devils, man. Right? All the adultery, all the abominations that you allow, unclean things. Now you want to jump back to the law. When all along, you've been telling the Hebrew Israelites that the law is done away with. Why are we trying to live according to the law? Now you want to bring up Deuteronomy 21 from the Old Testament. You fucking hypocrites. Jim S. Amartya, eyes from your Howard. Genesis 9 verse 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of the Most High made he man. You've been doing a lot of killing, Esau. You know, now when he said that so-called black, he didn't say so-called, he said black, these young black people, or however he said it, black men, they were immoral, they murder, they do this, they do all of these things he named, right? Does a so-called white man murder? Yes. Does he kill? Does he maim? Does he rob? Does he steal? How you get America? Stole it. What you do to the original inhabitants of this land? Killed them. You change landmarks. It's all in the scriptures. And you have the designation in the Bible. Let's go to it. Genesis 27. Just bear with me here. This is Genesis 27 verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shall thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, when you rule the earth, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So this is what you did. You broke the yoke that Jacob had on you a long time ago, but the Heavenly Father set it up that way. Now the Lord said, by your sword you will live. Going forward into the future, by the time you get to Revelation, even before that, the scripture says, again, Revelation 6 and 4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. So here you are talking about America. You took peace from the whole earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. You are a warmonger. Everybody know about your bloody works are very well known, what you've done throughout the earth. You are the world heavyweight champion of blood. So while I will agree with you, these YNs gotta fucking go, right? But guess what? You turn them into that. Salakia. This is stupid. You turn them into that. Hold on, brothers. How the hell is that? Damn phone ain't even plugged up. All right, continuing on. Anyway. Yeah, these bloody devils, they something else, man. And see, these dudes, they low level. They Christians. See, Christians don't really know prophecy. They talk a lot of shit. But you don't have to know prophecy to know all the shit your people have done since they've been on the earth. That's how you got this land, by slaughter, by killing. Let's get another scripture here before we go on. I want to read you something. Let's see. Habakkuk. Yeah, your bloody works are well known, Esau, Edom. And we ain't gonna, this ain't gonna be a real long video. I just want to play that video and put it out there. Because the brother, after we looked up, because really I got the article from I saw brother Kabar from the GMS Raleigh. He had made a post of it, like a picture on his in the YouTube section, the post or whatever, right? Then I saw it and I read it and I looked it up and I went and got the article. And then the article led me to another article and I shared it on the Brotherhood after I made my own video. Then the brother GMS Yawasop Hopefully Lek from the El Paso camp, he found the video and sent it to me this afternoon. And I watched it and I was like, shit, I want to go into it again. So here we are now. So let's read this. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. Excuse me. And I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he was saying to me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Right? So this was before the time to come when this was written. Verse 4 says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Who is that? The so-called white man Esau is going to go on to explain. But the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. Now, if you look up on the landscape of all the people of the earth, you better not never pinpoint and say anybody else just fits any other nation or group of people other than bloodthirsty, murderous Edomites. Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, his doctrine, his policy, his philosophy. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. He in all other places telling everybody what they should do, right? With their natural resources, what they should do with their land, what they should do, how they should do this and do that. Who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. He's got the great melting pot, right? Shall not all of these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? He's a thief. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, all his debts. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and a weight that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? That's what the Lord is saying. You're going to get spoiled. Listen, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. You see that? For all that dwell therein. What does the translation say? These people are fucking guilty. You got a lot of nerve. You think the Lord going to ignore all the blood you shed? All the shit you did? NLT, because you have plundered many nations. Now all the survivors will plunder you. You committed murder throughout the countryside and filled the towns with violence. Who is that? They think that's the Africans did it. These Negroes in America, they did it. You done fucked up the sea, the air, the animals, everything. You ain't gonna get out of this shit by trying to point at these YNs that you created. Black culture is really white culture, because everything you said these niggas do, they learned it from you. Verse 9 says, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest up on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. And this devil got the nerve to call the Most High evil. That's why he's trying to go up into the heavens. Now, when you jump down here to verse 12, it says, woe to him that buildeth the town with blood and establisheth the city by iniquity. How did he build America? Blood. Establish the city by iniquity. Even now, you got people that's just running rampant throughout the streets. You allow all kind of immorality. You talking about that these young blacks are sexually immoral? Shit. Look at all the homosexuality and the perversions, bestiality, all kind of shit you allow in this place. They're only doing what you allow them to do. You haven't outlawed it. You got a lot of nerve where a man can't have multiple wives in this society, but a man can be with another man. Give us the law, brother. Please, let's get some of these laws. Give me, any law that these devils break. Put it on the comment board. Though a man lie with mankind, right? He just sleep with his neighbor's wife. All of that. These devils allow all that shit. I might not read them, but they're going to be on the comment board. Whatever laws these devils break. You got a lot of nerve. And let's go to Job real quick. You rule the earth. You rule the earth. This is a prophecy. 144, Numbers 35:33. So you shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. You in a lot of goddamn trouble talking about you gonna use Deuteronomy 21, or you would like to see that done? Shit. You better think again how you get this land. You shed blood. You won't be around to use Deuteronomy 21 on nobody, because your ass will be already put to death. You and all your damn murderous, bloodthirsty people. Got a lot of fucking nerve. That's why I want to do this video. Same brother, Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They should surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. Everybody know about Rome and Greece and everywhere you've been. You allowed all this shit, these freakazoids, right? You've done this. You allow all kinds of iniquity. It's well known. And you allow others in the world to do the shit. Let's go real quick. Let's go to Romans 1. Since the brother put that up. Romans 1. And see, this is really written to Israelites. But it's going to shed light on Esau because he allowed this shit in this day. Unbelief and its consequences. Romans 1 verse 18. For the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Because that which may be known of the Most High is manifest in them, for the Most High has showed it unto them. Let's jump down a little bit. Verse 24 says, wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who was blessed forever. Amen. For this cause the Most High gave them vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. This is what you allowed in Babylon the Great. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Now you got all kinds of sin in this society because you're allowing it. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they commit such things, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. And that's Esau all day. Your whole fucking society. Even if you say you don't do it, you allowing it to be done. You got Adam and Eve stores, sexual, all kind of sex shops, place where people. What's Las Vegas known as? Sin City, is it not? You can go to these, yeah. Look, Freaknik, Greek Weekend, Bike Fest of all sorts, all kinds of orgies, swinging parties, pride parades. You got gay clubs. It's one here at Myrtle Beach. One, well, I'm sure it's more than one. I just know the one because this shit is named after the one in Florida. Pulse, the rainbow lights all around that son of a bitch. You allow all kinds of shit, man. All kinds of shit. But you want to try to pin, spin it off on Jake. Hell no. Jake is a microcosm of a bigger issue, which is Babylon the fucking Great. This is prophecy 144. Wickedness spread with Esau, first Maccabees 1:9, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evil was multiplied, or evils were multiplied in the earth. Multiplied in the earth because of you. Right, having sex with a beast. That's a thing now. We all seen that fucking pony play. Grown-ups dressing like animals. They even changed the name of bestiality. What do they call it? Zoophilia? That shouldn't be allowed. That's in the scriptures. If any woman approach a beast, they supposed to be put to death. Let's see here. I got it wrong. Hold on, brothers. And you allow this shit. You call it, what do they call it? I can't think of it. Taboo. Look at this. All this stuff. You allow all of this shit. This is Leviticus 20:10. You know what? Let's start at 7. Sanctify yourselves, therefore, and be ye holy, for I am the Lord your power. And ye shall keep my statutes and do them. I am the Lord Yahweh, which sanctify you. For everyone that curseth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. You know how many times you see a little white kid, bite me, mom, bite me, dad. You know my fucking parents. You don't tell me what to do. They talk back to their parents. You know, fucking time out. Then if you whoop your kid, they want to lock you up. You allow this, Esau. You allow this rebellious society. Black culture is really white culture. He hath cursed his father or his mother. His blood shall be upon him. And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife, even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the daughter shall surely be put to death. If you do that over here, Esau gonna lock you up. He gonna say you murdered somebody. You was a weak man. Just because your wife slept with another man, you don't have the right to kill that man. Well, the Lord said you did. But your society, you shelter adulterers. Look at what Cardi B doing right now. She's in the very act of adultery. She pregnant by another man. You ain't got nothing to say about it. And I was thinking about this earlier. Your fucking record label, you let a fucking song, right, go number one. What was the song, brothers and sisters? Wet ass pussy. You let all kind of abominations be on the airwaves, on the TV, gay shows. Fucking Orange is the New Black. What's that? That might not be it, but all kind of stuff. Your prison system. I mean, come on, man. You gonna really point to the Negroes, young black people? You gotta overthrow this whole society. It'd be so many. It would barely be anybody left. You want to bring out just Deuteronomy 21 just for the rebellious black men. What about all the damn what we've been talking about? What about all these old devils, these oil companies, these major corporations that have stole, robbed, killed, shed blood? You got pharmaceutical companies that are drug dealers. They witches. They all supposed to be put to death. Amazing. The hypocrisy is burning me. Good Lord. That's why we're getting shadow banned. This video is being shadow banned. Why? Because of your obvious fucking guilt. Leviticus 20:10 again. And the man that committed adultery with another man's wife, even he that committed adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the daughter shall surely be put to death. And the man that lieth with his father's wife hath uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. Everybody know a story about, a dude. I just saw one last week where a dude was with a girl. Right, then he found out that his child was actually his little brother because his wife or his lady cheated with his dad and nothing happened. Nobody was punished. They looked at the man and laughed. He weak because his wicked father and his wicked woman got together and had a damn baby. Guess what? Everybody supposed to be out of there. The man and the woman supposed to both be taken off the earth. But Esau, he ain't gonna allow you to do that. This is your society. Black culture is really white culture, you devils. Yep, the brother said unisex clothing. See? And if a man lie with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have wrought confusion. Their blood should be upon them. That shit happens. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They should surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. If you do that, Esau gonna say it's a hate crime. It's a hate crime. You allow threesomes and orgies of all sorts. And if a man take a wife and her mother, it is wickedness. They showed that on the movie Machete. Lindsay Lohan and her mama got down with Machete. They did a nasty threesome. They should be burnt with fire, both he and they, that there be no wickedness among you. And if a man lie with the beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast. They'll say that's animal cruelty, you bastards. You allow pedophilia, zoophilia, necrophilia, sex with dead bodies, right? You allow sex with animals. You made pedophilia, you said this is misdemeanor, some shit like that. And if a woman approach into any beast and lie down there too, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. And I mean, that's good enough. There's other laws. If you find a woman that's not a virgin, every woman supposed to be a virgin. If a husband go into a woman and she's not a virgin, guess what's supposed to happen to her? She's supposed to be burnt with fire. You ain't pushing that. You tell the women to go out and they should play the field. This society is fucking backwards. It's nasty and it's backwards. Let's read a few of these and then we're gonna go and we're gonna play the video again. Man, y'all killing. Y'all, I meant to get this one. Not this one, but we'll read this one too. This is Gabar Shah Shalom, Revelation 11:18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets. And where is it? Well, it says that thou shouldest destroy them that destroy the earth, is what it says. Okay. Let's go there. Because a lot of the scriptures we read, even though these Christians, they try to mimic, and I don't doubt that them weak ass devils, they done heard us say that. We've been the biggest proponents for making the scriptures be the enforced on the earth. We've been said black culture was trash, but let's not make no mistake about where it comes from. The Israelites didn't have that in their culture. Tattoos all over every fucking body. Revelation 11:18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath has come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. A damn ocean full of goddamn plastic, space trash in the heavens, trees all fucked up, the solar system, the airwaves, you spraying stuff in the air, chemtrails. All that's you. All you. You're taking everything out of the sea, all the abominable foods you're taking out and making them delicacies. Now look at the water. Animals trying to be animals all confused. You got animals that's homosexual animals. What in the fuck? Servant of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh, Leviticus 18:22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. Oh, you guys are hateful. You hateful. Love is love. No, nasty is nasty, and you allowed it. You devil. Same brother. Verse 24 says, defile not yourselves in any of these things, for in all these nations, in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. It's right there. This is prophecy 144, Ecclesiastes 10:7. Pride is hateful before the Most High and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All these same folks, right? These same folks. This is Jim S. Salvation of the elect, 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed. Who is he? The son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sits in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. There's none other than Esau, the so-called white man, the white man, right? Everywhere trying to tell everybody what to do with their own, all the natural resources, everything you stole. Yep, brother said you can marry a fish. Jim is humble servant Aharon, Leviticus 18:20. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife to defile thyself with her. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, which is what? Abortion, in this day. Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am Yahweh. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as he lied with. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. Yep. He is allowing abominable foods to be eaten. Yep. Verse 23, neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith, neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. And not only do you let people do it, you got all kinds of videos. You got porn sites. You can go on the internet and type in some shit and just watch people have sex, orgies, all kind of shit. Women and women, man on man, midgets, animals. You crazy, man. This dude is crazy. Prophecy 144, Leviticus 25:36. Take thou no usury of him. Oh, Salakia. Yeah, you allow usury. That's the law on usury. Right? He breaks that. Everything. He breaks all kind of laws. Ecclesiasticus. This is Jim S. Amati Eyes from Yahweh. Ecclesiastes 23:22. Thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband and bringeth in an heir by another. For first, she hath disobeyed the law of the Most High, and secondly, she had trespassed against her own husband, and thirdly, she had played the whore of adultery and brought children by another man. Right. What's supposed to happen to her? She shall be Salakia. She shall be brought out into the congregation, and inquisition shall be made of her children. Her children shall not take root, and her branches shall bring forth no fruit. And that woman's supposed to be off the earth. She shall leave her memory to be cursed. Why? Why is she gonna leave her memory? Because she's not gonna be here, and her reproach shall not be blotted out. And they that remain, everybody after she gone, shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of the Lord, and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of the Lord. You don't want to start bringing out laws and talk about crimes. Let's go to the video again. Let's get us mad all over again. These fucking devils, man. You got a lot of damn nerve. And like I said, I don't doubt that these devils watch us. But see, this shows you that Esau is ready to blame and accuse Jacob and act like they're the most benevolent, law-abiding citizens that's ever lived on the planet. Like everything he got, he didn't fucking steal it and then lie about it. He lied about the lies that he lied about, then he lied about it. Here we go.
Let's say that somebody was coming into our church and they're black, and would they be eligible for membership in our church? Yes, they of course they would. They'd be eligible for membership in our church. But would they be permitted to participate in, embody, and practice what I would call black culture generally in our church? The answer is absolutely not. Why?
Well, they got black culture from you. You allowed it. You allow what's on the airwaves, what's on TV, what music is put out. You allow it, or you got the power to say this can come out and this can't come out. Who was it that took all the rappers that had knowledge, right, and made it soft? You know, made it look like they was weak. The people you keep pushing up are murderers, drug dealers, ghetto D, and all of that shit. All the shows of 50 Cent that you allow him to put on the airwaves for our people are what? Selling drugs, murdering, killing, unreasonable demons. That's what you want on the airwaves. Look at TV now. Can't even watch most of the shit.
Because the characteristics that mark black culture as a generalization, in the same way Paul's talking about Cretans on Crete, they are evil, murderous, violent, bestial people.
What about you? Are you evil? Are you violent? Are you murderers? How you get to the land? Christopher Columbus was quoted as saying, what did he say? He didn't put down his soul for 1 hour? Some shit like that? Good Lord, man.
They steal, they kill, they destroy. They look like in how they act.
He said they kill, they steal. When you got America, did you do any killing? Did you steal? Did you rob anybody? What about over in Iraq? I mean, yeah, when you went over there, did you steal any oil? What about Kuwait? What about over in Australia? Did you steal Australia? Did you steal America? Why is the land of Ham, and it's known as that in the scriptures, why is the southern tip of the continent of the land of Ham governed by white people? What did you do in India? What about over there in Europe? You don't even belong in Europe. That's not yours.
They are sinful to the core. They have besetting sins that are like fatherlessness, sexual immorality. They molest children at a high rate. All of any criminal statistic that you could look at, almost pretty much.
Now he talk about fatherlessness. Who was it that destroyed the black family, so-called black family, and made it to where a woman could get an apartment, but the father can't be present? Who did that? See, this is the accuser of the brethren. That's what the scriptures call him. The accuser of the brethren is cast down. Let's get it, brothers. Revelation 12. Revelation 12 and 12, or he started 10.
Without exception. They excel at them. Black culture. So when we make this generalization, one of the purposes of it, one of the points of utility for it, is for black people who do not embody that culture to repudiate it, hate it, and also for policymakers to make the kind of political movements and in terms of law and order that would usher in the change over time of that culture. One of them would be something like, I tweeted about this, the law of Moses in Deuteronomy 21 concerning a rebellious child. If 5 to 6% of black, I think it's something like 5% of black males are murderers.
Oh, so the women ain't murderers. White people ain't no murderers. They ain't did no murder. They ain't steal whole lands, change landmarks, chip noses off statues, change history books. You ain't whitewashed nothing. You didn't do nothing.
Yeah, 5% of young Africans are committing the bulk of the murders.
So if you had 100 black men in America, a room, even just, I think specifically, if you had 100 black men in a room, 5 of them would have committed murder, which is a lot, quite a few.
Well, as Matt Walsh pointed out, the actual number of blacks who are committing murder is more than whites, right. And whites are significantly greater.
60% compared to 13%
percentage of the population. Yeah.
So if you take that, and then you took a law like Deuteronomy 21, which is a just law that God enacted through Moses. The law was that if you had a rebellious son, you have a child they're coming up into their manhood and they're rebellious. They don't listen. He lists some characteristics and even though they're disciplined, they will not turn. He says the fathers to bring them out into the town square. This is a rebellious son. And then they stone him to death. They kill him.
And an armed robber would certainly be one of those.
Oh, absolutely. Armed robber, all the ghetto
violent
culture.
Crimes.
Basically take ghetto culture. It would describe this to a T.
What about white collar crime, blue collar crime, all these little white lies and shit you created for yourself to get away with all the stuff you did, man. But luckily for us, the Heavenly Father watched it all. It's all recorded in the heavens. You can't get out of this shit.
If you did that over 3 generations, how much violent crime would you have in the 3rd and 4th generation? Much, much less. What we've done instead is we've actually, with unjust weights and measures, we have wildly penalized whites for even virtuous acts in lawfare. And
like what? What kind of virtuous acts have you committed? You gave us white. You took the Savior from the Holy Bible and you painted over his face and his father's face and the angels. You took over the Holy Land and let your cousins be there, and you said they was the people of the Lord. You bastardized the religion of the Israelites. You bastardized it. You tried to turn it into something universal. You got so much blood on your damn hands, you don't even understand. The type of shit you on, we can't understand.
And we have done everything because liberals have appointed blacks to positions of power and they're practicing ethnic and racial in-group preference, like the several black women who were involved in releasing DeCarlos, the murderer in the Charlotte.
I think 14
times.
Yeah, something like that.
That's due to your broken system. Because what did you say? Due process. Everybody's innocent till proven guilty. Even you knew the nigga was fucking guilty. He should have been put to death already for all them damn crimes he was committing. Your broken system let him out. Your DEI hires and your fucking trying to put women in authority. Women don't even supposed to judge. It's your fault. You put women in a leadership capacity where they shouldn't have been. And when they looked at that dude, they looked and they saw their son. They single family, they single parent, snotty nose little Daquan, Deshaun, whatever the fucking name was. You'd seen her child in that damn demon and let this fucker go free. That's your fucking fault.
His younger brother was a murderer in prison. His father was a violent criminal. Okay, so there's 2 sons and a father. If they'd cut that line off back a generation or 2 before, there's no DeCarlos to slit the throat. But what we have instead are, in this case, the double whammy of black female judges, politicians who have appointed these sorts of people.
The mayor of Charlotte, for example.
The mayor of Charlotte, like if you look at who appointed the judge and the judge that released him, it's 2 black women. Okay. And what did they do? They said, oh, it's mental health, it's homelessness, it's this, it's that. It's not a criminal tendency of black males that needs to be cut off through the wielding of the sword by the civil magistrate.
and double upon your own people. Because, hey, if it's us, it's you. Better be damn sure. If it's us, it's you, homie. Damn, these motherfuckers, boy. Woo, hypocrisy at the highest. Let's get something else. I'm burning to get this scripture right here. First off, this place is called spiritual Sodom in Egypt. That's first. Hold on here. It's called spiritual Sodom in Egypt. This is Revelation 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Why is it called spiritually Sodom? You know why. For all the reasons we've been naming. Why is it called spiritual Egypt? Because you take a lot of the practices of spiritual Egypt. This is a place of bondage for the Israelites, and you have blended them all in. Do you not embalm people? Right? You do a lot of the all that makeup and eyeshadow and fucking all kind of stuff. Head shaving, all kind of Egyptian things come about here in Babylon the Great. This place is called Babylon. That's all you devils. All you. Damn, it was more. But that's okay. Let's go on. I'll remember what I want to grab. Let me read some of this. Some of these off the comment board. Amazing hypocrisy you're seeing at work. But what are they doing? They're trying to make Jake the face of crime. You're the reason why everything, Yeah, right. And Jake be hard at work wanting to save this motherfucker. This is who Jake wants to save. You can't save this motherfucker. He through. He's through. Matazala Chum, Psalm 50:16. But unto the wicked, who's the wicked? Can somebody put up Job 9:24? But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what is thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth? This ain't got nothing to do with you. Here you come trying to be in the covenant of the Lord. Hell no. This is GMS of Martha Eyes from Yahweh, Ezekiel 35:12. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies, which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. The Most High heard everything you devils been saying, and you're not going to get off. This is Amos. Let's get that one. Is it one? Come on, baby. Hold up. The Lord is not going to acquit you, devils. Amos 1 and verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. You forever hurt over birthright, over the birthright. But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. You're not going to get out of this. Let's get Ezekiel 35. This is what it says. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Wait. From the NLT. Son of man, turn and face Mount Seir and prophesy against his people. Give them this message from the sovereign Lord. I am your enemy, O Mount Seir, and I will raise my fist against you to destroy you completely. I will demolish your cities and make you desolate. Then you will know that I am the Lord. Your eternal hatred for the people of Israel led you to butcher them when they were helpless, when I had already punished them for all their sins. This is what you've been doing to our people since we've been here, butchering them up. Even now, you're still finding Jake hung by the neck. And all of a sudden you said they committed suicide. Then they do an independent autopsy and the dude's head is caved in. As surely as I live, says the sovereign Lord, since you show no distaste for blood, I will give you a bloodbath of your own. Your turn has come. I will make Mount Seir utterly desolate, killing off all who try to escape and any who return. In the day, Mount Seir, right, or Basra, which is the capital city of Edom, is Babylon the Great, America. I will fill your mountains with the dead. Your hills, your valleys, and ravines will be filled with people slaughtered by the sword. I will make you desolate forever. Your cities will never be rebuilt. Then you will know that I am the Lord. For you said, the lands of Israel and Judah will be ours. We will take possession of them. What do we care that the Lord is there? This is what you have done. Did you not steal the Holy Land? Did you not steal Babylon the Great? Therefore, as surely as I live, says the sovereign Lord, I will pay back your angry deeds with my own. I will punish you for all your acts of anger, envy, and hatred, and I will make myself known to Israel by what I do to you. See that? Let's go to Revelation. Revelation. Oh, I keep forgetting it. 17. And not only are you wicked, you make everybody on the planet wicked. Let's get the KJV on this one. You know what? First, let's see what the NLT says. It's okay, but I like the KJV better. This is Revelation 17, verse 1. It says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. This is America, Babylon the Great, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, spiritual adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. You made everybody else just like you. You made everybody else wicked on the earth. You allow all kinds of wickedness to go on in all the earth, in all the world. When you go down here to the bottom, verse 18 says, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. This is you. You reign over the kings of the earth. That's why you got the United Nations is over here, but you really is the ruler of the earth. Revelation 18 and 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. This is what this place will become once it's destroyed. For all nations have drunk of the wine of her, have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. See? And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. This is when the elect is beamed up. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. This is what's going to happen to Babylon. That's why this bitch going to get hit with nuclear destruction. And we're going to leave in style, and we're going to rejoice. Verse 20, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. Everything you trying to put on us is going to come back on you. Verse 24 says, and in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that was slain upon the earth. You going on and on about shit. Jake really only been the way that they have been since like 1983. Some shit like that. You always been the devil since the beginning. Shit has just got as wild as it is now because we're at the end of time. Jim S. Yawasop Hoverly Lake. Zechariah 11 and 4. Thus saith the Lord, my power, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. And you got a long list of murder. You cover up murders. Now it's coming out that Jake that played at LSU. What's his name? Kyron something. Now you done lied about how he died and what really happened. Yep. They hold themselves not accountable. And we didn't even touch on the organ harvesting and all that shit that you do. Your medical malpractice you've done, right? what's the shit called? Predatory lending practices, all kinds of stuff you've done. You ain't gonna get out of this shit. You can try to point the finger at Jacob all you want. This is basic wisdom. Romans 9:13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. And here's some stats from GMS, Howard Shah, Nawana, FBI.gov, table 43 of all adults arrested in 2019. 69.9% were white, 26.1% were black or African American, and 4.0% were other races of adult arrestees. They could come out with some stats they made up 13% of this. Fucking liars. Fucking minted also. Yep. The brother said these savages washing their hands of blood while pointing the finger at Jake. That's all they do. Lie, lie, lie. Jim S. Howard Nawana, Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. What did he do? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is it? This is how you got. This is how we got white Jesus and white angels, naked, gay, baby angels with tiny wings that shoot you with an arrow and make you fall in love. Fucking fairy tales. Fairy tales. Cupid. Like a fucking little baby angel got control over who fall in love and who don't. Hell no. First off, ain't no little tiny baby gay naked angels with little ass wings and rosy cheeks. That's first off. Let's start there. You cover the faces of the judges, you demons. A lot of great scriptures, brothers. I'm just having them. I'm trying to catch up. So, I ain't going to keep it going. I'm going to end it there. I'm going to give out the link to this article. To this video. These devils on. And it's only 4 minutes and 18 seconds long. Just something to piss you off. As it's done us. Let me see, make sure that's right. Yeah, that's it. This is Jim S. Yahweh, hopeful elect. Proverbs 26:28. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. And I want to bring out one more scripture here, because after these devils are judged, the whole earth is going to be refreshed. You talking about the violence and all this shit. You're known in the scriptures that one of your names is the violent man. Let's go real quick to Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14. And it says, verse 1, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Hasn't happened yet, right? And strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. That's all the Israelites, those from the Holy Land, and the strangers, which are the Gentiles or Israelite foreigners, as we are. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Who is this? This is the other nations. And they shall rule. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. This is going to come in the kingdom of heaven. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. That thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. In this sense, Babylon down today is Babylon the Great, which is America. Who's the king of it? Esau, the so-called white man. That thou should take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Right. The Most High gonna break these devils' rulership. The Roman Empire will be no more. Daniel chapter 2 says the divine kingdom comes immediately after this kingdom is taken down. Please, somebody, let's get 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. He who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. That's the so-called white man Esau. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. See, the whole earth got to be, it's going to be at rest when these devils get took down. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us. Hell is moved. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. You're going down to a lower state, right? You're going into suffering. You're going down to the grave. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. They have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Just bear with me here. And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Right. That's what's going to happen to you. You're going down. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee. The worm represents corrosion, Salakia. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Your empire is going to be corroded. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Right here, Lucifer is what? The light bearers, the keepers of the light, the illuminated ones, which are who? The upper echelon of the Edomites, the elites. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. The stars of the Most High are the Israelites. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? See, it's not the spiritual demon Satan. It's a man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened out the house of his prisoners. When did you ever see Satan make the world as a wilderness, destroy any cities, or have a prison? When? We'll wait. If you damn devils can tell us, you the one made the world as a wilderness, chopping down all the trees, fucking up the habitat, the natural habitat, building highways and buildings, destroying the city with your shock and awe campaigns, your bombs, your guns, your jets, right? Your prison population. And the main people in the prisons are who? Jacob. All the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. And this is going to be your destination in the kingdom of heaven. You're going to come down to a very low estate. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. I will also make it a possession for the bittern, a desert bird, and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. It's going to be the nuclear warheads. From the, you know what? That's in the Apocrypha I'm thinking about. I got to get one more before we get out of here. Let's go there. We'll close this. These people got a lot of nerve, boy. A lot of nerve. And see, these little low-level devils, believe me, the upper echelon of them, they think the same way. They think they ain't guilty. They think the Lord gonna overlook all that shit they did. Nope, not gonna happen. All right. And I think the scripture that I want is in 2nd Esdras. It might be chapter 11. Did anybody get that second Ezra 6 and 7? Did anybody get that? Yeah, shut the fuck up. We already went into that shit. The bitch ass. Shut up. Just shut up. Second Ezra 11 and verse 38. I'm sorry, 37. And I beheld, and lo, as it were, a roaring lion chased out of the wood. And I saw he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle. Now the lion is Yahushua. The eagle is the Roman Empire. That he sent out a man's voice into the eagle and said, Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, Art not thou it that remainest of the four beasts whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them? Remember, four major empires were who? Babylon, right? The Medes and the Persians. Then you had the Greeks was the third, and the fourth was Rome. We're in it right now. We're still in the fourth empire, which is the Roman Empire, the revived Roman Empire, which is America, Babylon the Great, NATO, and the EU. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression. And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit. Now this is the Roman Empire. It says, For the earth hast thou not judged with truth, for thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars and destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit, and hast cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm. Therefore thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. The highest hath also looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And therefore appear no more thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body, that all the earth may be refreshed, and may return, being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her. The whole earth was going to be at rest when these devils go down. This is second Esdras from the brother Jim, as humble servant Aharon. Second Esdras chapter 6 verse 7. Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times, and when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? When is the end of the world? And he said unto me, From Abraham and Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Absolutely. So these devils are Esau. They're going to say they ain't the Edomites and all that. Yeah, the hell you are. It's very plain and very easily proven in the scriptures through prophecy that you are, in fact, the bloodthirsty Edomites. Okay. Now, ironically, the Israelis say you're the Edomites, and a lot of y'all say that the Israelis are the Edomites. Well, no. Both of you are Edomites. Okay. Both of you are Edomites. So we're going to leave it right there. All right. To water everybody for joining. That's a link again to that video of them devils talking this shit. So as we went into, black culture is really white culture because they learned it all from you. And when you go into the hood and you talk about them guns and them drugs, none of that shit could get over here. There would be no fentanyl, no crack, no pills, no guns unless you allowed it to come here. So just fucking stop. The water, everybody. All praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom.